Hi everyone. I thought I would go over just the basics of preparing and eating an artichoke. I've had a lot of questions about how to do that, and they are kind of mysterious until you figure out what to do with them, but they're so good. It's worth trying, and I wanted to show you how easy it is to prepare them and to eat them. You know, there's a lot of ways to cook them. You can look online and probably find all kinds of different recipes, but just the basics is you get the raw artichoke. Here's a pan. That's how I would prepare. And I put a steamer basket at the bottom. You need a pan that will close completely and seal. And you trim the end, the stem part. There it is. You don't have to. You can leave it long, but I trim it so that it will fit in my pan. These artichokes have sat in my refrigerator for a few days, so the tips started to turn brown, but they're still okay to eat because you don't eat that part. You eat the flesh down inside there. I know that's a little blurry, but as long as that is still okay, you can prepare them. And besides the flesh on the leaves, you also eat the heart, which is the base down here, and this little bit of stem, and then inside. And I'll show you how you do that. Okay, so you're just gonna simmer these, boil it, and then get the steam going. Turn it down. You steam these until they are soft, and by that I mean you check the leaves with, I use tongs, but you grab a hold of one and you give it a tug. If it comes out easily, then taste it and see if it's soft. If it is, they're done. Okay? So that's how you cook them. Basically, there's other ways. I also roast them in tin foil with a little bit of olive oil. And this is one that I've roasted here. And I tuck garlic down inside the leaves. I drizzle a little bit of olive oil on it and squeeze a lemon juice, some salt, wrap it in foil, and roast it at 375. I'm not going to give you a time because depending on the size of the artichoke, it's just being sure that they're done. You don't want to take them out too soon because they're not good when they're not completely cooked. They're too tough. Okay? So that's the key. And so when they're done, this is what will happen. The leaf will just pull off easily like this, and you'll have this meaty flesh on the base of each of the leaves, and they're fun to eat. So you dip them in whatever you prefer. Some people may not dip them in anything. I like a combination of mayonnaise and a little butter. And here it doesn't look so appetizing, but there's a little bit of melted butter and some mayonnaise and just a squeeze of lemon in there, and you dip it like that a little bit, and then you scrape this inner part off in your teeth. You're not going to get anything from the back. You're just going to get some flesh from the inside of the leaf. So you scrape it off, and then it looks like that. So good. And you just have a little bowl there and collect all your leaves. Those you don't do anything with, you can compost them. And you keep going, and you go around and around. These little leaves are good too, but they're not as good on the outer leaves. But you can eat them. They don't have as much meat on them. Okay, so I'll come back and show you what to do with the center. Okay, as you get further into the artichoke, the leaves start getting meatier and meatier, and they're delicious. And you can get more off of each one of them. So I'll show you. Sometimes the end will just come off completely, and that's fine. As long as it's not woody or tough in your mouth, you can eat it. Okay, when you see the leaves start to bend in like this, you're very close to the middle, and sometimes then it's difficult to get them off in one piece. At this point, you can usually bite the complete end off of that. because it's so tender. But when I get to this point, what I like to do is I get it like this, and I'm doing this one-handed, but I peel this entire section off, okay? Okay, so what you do after you've pulled that entire section off is you don't want to waste any of this. It's delicious. So I fold it, this, and then this you can dip in your dip, or just eat it without anything, and that, and then just bite this off. Like that. It's so good. And so you don't waste any of this in these little small leaves. Okay? Now, this is the part that a lot of people don't know how to work with. And this is a thistle. So these are small leaves. This would have become the flower. And so what you want to do is remove that. You don't eat these because they have little spines on them. And then inside is where the flower would have been, you know, this is the petals, I suppose, but it's a thistle. So it's these small little, they're not spiny, but they're hair-like. And you want to get this out. Okay, so you just, what I do is I get a spoon, or sometimes it'll pull out, you can pull them out with your fingers. But I just get a spoon like this, and I get rid of that. See, so that part you don't eat. And you're left with the heart. This is delicious. It's just it's the same thing as what you've been eating all along on those leaves, but just in a concentrated form, and it's absolutely delicious. You can cut it up, it's soft. That's why cooking it properly is so important. And you can cut it off into chunks like this. You can season it however you like. I just eat it with the mayonnaise and the butter. That. You can mash it. Oh, it's just, you can do whatever, but it has a delicious flavor, and you eat this entire thing, including that little bit of the stem. And that's how you basically prepare artichokes and how you eat them. So I hope you can go out while they're in season and get you some or grow some and give them a try. Thanks for watching. Bye.